what we use the information for is we just make sure we have your correct information on our system. So if we ever like have to change the date for some reason or something, we can make sure we text you or email you so that you know. So if this is your first time, or if you're concerned we don't have your information correct, then fill that out. And then if you brought a friend or brought something to show, make sure you get your tickets up here. We pass those around too.
Like I said, who's and this woman right here in the mint-colored Yellowstone, she's new. So someone who makes her a friend, makes a friend with her, then you get a ticket too, and a new friend.
I talked to her. No, I ran her over. Does that count?
Yeah, that counts. Was it friendly? If it was friendly, then yes.
I don't need a ticket, so we're good. I'm just teasing.
Thank you for being patient with us.
Brooke Ashby's online and she says, hello, everybody.
Hey, Brooke.
Hey, Brooke. Brooke,
yeah,
let
she's
us know
out of
if you can
town.
hear. Yep. Nope, she's still traveling.
I guess we shouldn't announce to everybody.
Nobody knows where Brooke lives. Her husband's home.
We'll just say yes. The house sitter is there, right? Okay, thank you for being patient with our kind of craziness this morning. Vanessa, are we live? Are we live?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, if you brought a friend or brought something to show us, make sure you get your ticket in. There's not very many tickets today, so there's a good chance you'll win.
Now she can.
So there's, and we can pass that around. I'll just get this started too. And pass that around. Then, okay, it's official. We get to announce where the fabric is moving to in January. You guys excited? Drum roll. Laura, who owns All Occasions right here on the corner, is retiring, and so we get to take over her space. So the fabric will be moving there, and this will be our classroom in Long Arm area. So it's just next door. So if you can't remember where it is and you come here, we can tell you where it is. Or you'll probably see it.
Yes, we're super excited.
And then Lori, do you want to come make your announcement?
Yes. I was sorting out popsicle sticks. The machines are here. We're very excited. This week we're doing a whole launch party. And we've got prices that are so good. I can't say them with all this stuff going on. But they're all, anyway, we've got some of the best prices that we can offer and lots of extra kind of prizes and goodie. All machines that you purchase come with free fabric for a year from Vanessa, and also your free first spa day for your machine. Your clean oil and adjust is included as well. So, and if you're not in the market for a new machine, that's fine. They're also just really fun to play with. And hope that people will sew on them, play on them, and do that. Is that it? Is there something else I'm supposed to know?
Do you want to talk about your little drawings?
Oh, yes. Everybody, so if you came today at all, which everybody here is, we have a drawing for, you can see it over on the prize table by the machines. We've got a drawing for a grand prize just for coming in, and also for every $20 you spend, you get an extra ticket. If you purchase a machine, so this one's a little bit more rarefied, we have a grand prize for if you purchase a machine, for every machine you purchase, somebody has done too, you can be entered for the grand prize. So there's one for just coming in and being a Granny's person. I could say Granny's gal because it's just gals here right now, but and yeah.
And Idaho sewing.
And Idaho sewing, yeah. So as far as you're all concerned, so it's all grannies, but the machines are under Idaho Sewing Center, but it doesn't mean a darn bit of difference for any of you, except for when I say it. So okay. Otherwise it doesn't really affect you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Lori. Okay, so we've got lots of stuff going on. That's why we're a little a little frazzled. We're all stretched kind of thin today. Vanessa, do we have a code for the online people?
We will before the end of the day.
Okay, so keep watching if you're online. We'll have your code so you can get your charm pack for $7. So let's go ahead and do show and tell. We're so happy everybody's here today. Who has show and tell? Okay, we'll start up here with Rosita.
Okay, I do. I finished it. I got up. I hadn't had it sewed together. I mean, the rows. So I just put it on the floor and picked them up. And
Yeah, this one goes together pretty fast, doesn't it?
yeah, really.
This one's popcorn. Can I
I'm not
hold
sure
it over
which is
here so everybody online can see it too?
Okay. That's so cute.
There's Rosita's. So pretty. This is last month's. This is popcorn.
Yeah. This is popcorn.
Did you do it with your scraps?
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Totally scraps. Yeah, and I did the light colors.
I like that a lot.
Okay.
Okay, who else has show and tell? Linda? Awesome. You ladies can slide down if you want to. Cheyenne's not coming today, so we can take her seat. She's out of town. Oh, awesome. That looks pretty. Can I bring it up here? Let our online friends see it.
Slip by you too. Sorry.
This one is pinwheel. That's very cute. Yeah, I really like. She used the same charm pack that I used in mine up there, but I really like the black background.
Okay, this one I'm really happy with. Now that it's done. Yes,
Yeah, buttermilk. We'll bring it up here so everybody can see it. This is 2 charm packs. You guys back there see it too?
You did today.
Okay, it's sort of folded. Anybody else? Okay. Another popcorn. Do you want to come stand back here or do you want me to do it? Yeah, it's not up there. Lori, we don't have the overhead camera going.
Oh, can you push?
Do we? Oh, maybe we do. Yeah, we do. Sorry, we're just not in it right now. Okay, anybody else?
I found an adorable charm pack.
Oh,
charm pack at
cute.
Granny's, and so I went home and made.
That's so cute. Come show Brooke. I don't know if anybody else is watching.
We tore this.
I just bought secondhand jackets so that if it didn't work, it wasn't running it.
Oh, that's so cute. Do you want to show the one you're wearing? If not, that's fine. We can just do this one.
Then my daughter did one too, and we did the reverse applique.
Oh,
So,
fun.
It turned out really cute, and we used the.
Can they see it?
Halloween charm pack.
I don't know if I'm in quite the right spot.
Yep.
And then the other side too. That's so cute. Very creative. Did you put a ticket in for that?
I did.
Okay, awesome. Anybody else? Okay.
Just the same. Just the same as everybody.
Oh, you use Parlor. That's cute. Parlor. The pre-cuts flew off the shelf. We sold all of our pre-cuts before we even got them out onto the floor. But we have the yardage now. So we have the yardage. So if you want to do that, you can get some of that. Oh, so cute. I liked popcorn. Do you guys like this one?
Yes, I do like that.
I thought it was a really fun one to do. I really like the one this month too. So. Okay, anyone else? Okay, so this month we're doing sparkle. That's what this one is. It's just half square triangles, but it's really pretty easy. This is the one that I used. I don't even know what this one's called, All Star. And we have some of these back there on that rack, back there by Karen. This is where those are. Then I got thinking on this one, so for this pattern, I won't jump ahead of myself. You need 40 of your charm squares, so you can just pull 2 out. In this pack, there were 2 that were pretty much white, so I just pulled those 2 out. And so that worked really well. You need 1 1/3 yards of whatever you're going to use for your background. I used this grunge on mine. Then 3/8 of a yard for the binding and 3 1/8 yard for backing. And that was a generous amount for the backing. So you can keep that in mind. Maybe finish your quilt and decide. Okay, so for this one, you don't have to cut your charm pack or your squares at all. So I got thinking it would be really fun to do it out of the solids. So for this one that I'm going to show you today, I used 2 charm packs. And then that one got dusty. I just need to just use the border. It's the only thing I would need yardage for on it. The rest of it you can make with the 2 charm packs. So we will just... I haven't decided yet. We'll see. One reason, I'll show you, the reason I decided to do black and white is I have this flannel that has been in my stash for a while, and I thought it would be really cute on the back. So I decided to just go with the black and white for the front of this. And I'll probably get a couple more charm packs so I can make it however much fabric I have here, make it that size so that I'll get probably around twin size, I think, but I haven't measured this. So. Okay, so you'll take your charms and you just separate them out. If you're cutting your yardage, you'll need to cut that into the 5-inch squares as well. And so we have those. Then you need to draw, that I kept one that I drew the line on. Oh, on the back. You'll need to draw your 2 lines on each side of the 1/4 inch. I used this ruler. We have them in a 3-pack where this is the longest one in it. And I've used the shorter ones before in these demos, but this one, the squares were too big for the shorter one, so I needed the longer one. You could also just use your regular ruler if you want to do that. So you just line it up with this yellow line on the points, and then use your pencil and draw on each side of that line. Does that make sense? Then you're ready to layer it with your other square or your other charm square. Then you'll just stitch on each of these lines that you drew and cut it down the middle. So it will look like this once it's stitched. I was debating, do I use white thread, black thread, or something in between? And I thought, well, the white will show up good in the demo. So we went with that. So you'll have all of them will be like this. When you get to that point, they'll all be that way. Then you cut it. And you can use this ruler. I actually used my bigger ruler so that my fingers weren't so close to the blade. But for this one, we'll just cut it apart like that. Then you'll makes 2 half square triangles like this out of each of your charm squares. Okay, then you'll press them. I found when I was doing it, I pressed half of my blocks. So on the black and white example, it's really easy to see, but I pressed half of them towards the white, press the seams that direction, and the other half I pressed towards the black. That way, when you go to sew them together, your seams will nest. I did the same thing on this, pressed half of them towards the color print and half of them towards the background print. So if you just go through, you end up with, I can't remember the number, so you have 40 of these, so you'd end up with 80 squares, so 40 each direction. Does that make sense? Then you're ready to start putting them together. So since your seams are going opposite directions. That makes it pretty easy to do. There are 2 blocks in this quilt. Let me make sure I told you all this stuff. I take notes as I'm making it. I'm like, oh, tell them this because this would be helpful. Okay, so at this point, trim your dog ears. Everybody know what dog ears are? These little triangles that kind of get in the way. I think I trimmed them all off of these. I should have left some on, but you just trim those off. It's easiest if you do it at this point before you start sewing. You can use your little snips or the rotary cutter. I just eye it up and cut it even with the edge. Then you're ready to put them together. There are 2 different blocks in this. One block looks like this, and one block looks like this. Slide up so we're in the camera a little better. So basically you have a white triangle on half of them and a black triangle on the other half. So that will look like, when you get it sewn together, you have them like this. And then half of them will be this way. So there's just 2 different blocks in this quilt. So it's like that. On these, trying to remember, I just did this last night. You'd think I could remember how I did the pressing. So if you're using colors, on this one I didn't really have to lay it out because it's black and white. But if you want to mix up your colors, on this one I did lay it out at this point just to make, in fact I think I did it when it was just in the squares because I wanted to mix up my colors really well. So I just laid it out at that point just on my design floor and made sure everything was the way I wanted it. On this one, because it's 2 colors, I just started sewing them together. Then let's see, on the A block, which is this one with the dark or the colored in the middle, I pressed these seams all up. So when you're, and it doesn't matter as long as you get your own little method of how to do it. So on these, I pressed it up, and then if this is the same direction like that, these go down. And that way your seams will nest on those. And that's not on the pattern, so you just kind of have to remember. You can go back and watch this on YouTube or Facebook if you forget. But that's the way I did that to make it so that when you start putting it together, it will all nest. So I like to nest whenever possible. The pattern does tell you to press seams open. All of these patterns have said that. But as you know, I don't like to press open, so I figured out how you could press it to the side. Okay, then you're ready to start laying it out. So let's get all of this out of our way. Hi ladies, there's some seats over here. I'm going to come in. Get these out of the way. Okay, so this quilt has 2 different rows, and it actually makes them in columns, where a lot of quilts, you know, usually when I'm doing it, I'll lay it out and have it go like side to side. On this one, you go top to bottom. So you have this one that has this triangle, and it has it all along like this. And then this one has the white triangle. Does that make sense? I'll show you on here how it goes. So block or row A goes like this, and then you take another one, put it that direction, and then this one would go this direction, and you do 5 of them. I'll stop here because of space. But then row, and so you'll make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, you make 4 rows like this. Then you'll make 4 rows like this one, where it's the same thing. You just alternate the direction it goes, like that. Get my little dog ears out of the way. Okay, so once you have those, you'll have a row like this and a row like this. Okay, let me gather these up so I can show you the layout of it. Okay, and at this point, I laid mine out again to make sure I was getting it correctly. So you have this row. I don't know how far the camera goes, but this row goes like that. Then number 2 goes this direction, like that. Then number 3, so you don't just alternate. It doesn't go like this is row A, this is B, then you do another B, but you flip it around the other way. I put like numbers on the back of mine so I can remember which way it goes. So this is another B row. See, it's just like this one. If you look at that, I'll put it over here so you can see. This row is the same as this row, but if you flip it around, then it makes it reversed. And then you get like this diamond shape in the middle. Then we do another A. And again, it is the same as this row over here, your first one. If you put it down that way, but we're going to flip it around, use the other end, and then it goes right here. So this is half of your quilt. But you can see how the diamonds are starting to come together. And then you'd have another row here, and this would be a black diamond over here. So it's really kind of fun that the pattern shows you which order. I labeled my A's and B's just so I didn't get mixed up, and then laid it out on the floor so that I made sure that I was getting these diamond shapes in here. I have seen other shops that didn't do this layout, so you can be creative and do whatever you want. You have a bunch of half square triangles, so you can do whatever layout you like with them. This is the way the pattern has you do it, but you could also do, like, just put them all the same direction, like this, and that could be pretty. Or you can do it where, like, the center would be this, and you could build out from that. The possibilities of what you can do with half square triangles, it's amazing how many different designs you can get with it. So you could do this and then start building out and make like rings of it, so that you would start with this, but then keep going out farther. Does that make sense? So there's lots of different things you can do. If you want to get creative and not do this setting that the pattern has, just Google half square triangle quilts, and there's endless possibilities. So it's really fun.
Just so everybody knows, we have a viewer from China.
Oh, awesome. Welcome. How fun. Okay, does anybody have any questions? I think this is a really fun one. I'm excited to see how this all comes together. I'm going to try to have it done for next time so that I can show you with my snowflake backing, because I think that that's going to be really fun. So. Do you ever do that where your backing is what inspires the top? It's like, oh, I like that backing fabric. How can I make a quilt to go with it? That's kind of what happened with this one.
She's actually from Pittsburgh, but she's in China.
Hi, Shauna.
I have a question.
Yes.
Kind of related, but so I've seen, this method of making half square triangles, where you do 2 at a time. The 4 at a time and 8 at a time puts your bias on a different edge.
Right.
Do you have a preference?
I really just do it however the pattern says, because I don't want to have to figure it out. I really like the 4 and the 8 at a time method, but like on this one where it tells me that I need this size, I'd have to like figure out how big to cut the square. And on this where we're using charm packs, you can't really do that.
Right.
You could do it with a charm pack and you'd get really small triangles, and that would be kind of fun too. But yeah, I like those methods. I like some of the foundation pieced ones. I've used thangles a lot. I have a friend who's addicted to thangles. She'll just, do you guys know what those are? It's just like a paper that you cut a strip of fabric and pin the paper on it. Then you sew on all the solid lines and cut on the dot, you sew on the dotted and cut on the solid line. But she'll make like thousands of them. So she likes just the mindless sewing.
I'm still trying to learn the idea of starch, which you guys talked about last time in these. But can you remind me, would this be one of these?
Yeah, this would be great to do starch. Let me grab one of the pens. So you could do either the big one or the little one. So on this, before you press it open, you would just use your starch pen. And remember on these, you have to like pump them a couple times to get the starch down into it. And then you would just go along here and then press it. And it just makes that nice and crisp.
I do it on my stitch line, not on the fabric before I sew on.
You can do either way. With the pens, do it on your stitch line.
If you start the charm pack before you sew, that's going to shrink. And so if you need them that size and you're just trimming dog ears, I wouldn't start your charm pack.
Yeah.
I would just start your seam.
Yeah, just right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
so
a lot of problems with
yeah,
my
it could shrink if you tried starching these. And I didn't tell you, the pattern tells you to trim them up. Depends how accurate you are. I measured mine. I didn't need to trim them up. They were exactly 4.5 inches when well, okay, most of them were exactly. Right. So check that. Once you get to this point, check and make sure that they're 4.5 inches. If you draw your line accurately, which is what I like about this little ruler, is it makes it really easy to draw your line accurately. If you draw your line accurately and then you stitch right on that line, it should come up right at 4.5, so you wouldn't have to trim it. But do check, make sure, and they don't have to be 4.5, they just all need to be the same size. So if your seam is a little big and yours are ending up at 4.25, it doesn't matter, just make sure they're all 4.25. Because if some of them are 4.25 and some are 4.5, you're not going to be able to get your points here to match. You'll get points cut off. And so mine, I felt were close enough. They were so close to all of them. You know, I measured like 10 of them. And I figure if 10 of them are correct, they're probably all close enough. So that's just my method. I don't like trimming. Some people love to trim. So I love working on them once they are, they're all the same size. It's so much easier to work on them. But like I said, on mine, they came out about the same. But if yours aren't coming out the same, then trim them up before you start sewing them into the sets of 2 to make those blocks. Any other questions? And these are awesome. Like for this, it does help stabilize that bias if you're worried about your bias edge stretching, because you do have bias all along here. So it will help with that if you just go along and starch it and then press it. It also makes it lay really flat. So any other questions? That was a great question. Okay. I think that we are done with the demo then, if there's no questions. So we will tell all of our online friends goodbye. The code for you is SPARKLE10. So all capitalized, SPARKLE10. And that will get you your $7 charm pack and 10% off anything else that you order online. And those of you here in the store don't have to use the code. You can just come up and still get $7 and the 10% off. So.
All right, have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day. See you next month. Okay.